These are some bushings. They're actually just a hair too big on the inside, but I just quick welded some little stainless strips onto it. These are spacers for the engine mounts, which this one's fixed down here. This one's welded to the frame, so I've got one here, and one here that I can weld the tank to, and that should keep it in place. I might have to bridge them so that the tank doesn't shift this way, but we'll see. They'll be pretty short. Everything will be in there pretty tight. So that's how I'm mounting the tank. The tank, right now I've just got some hose adapters in here. I just needed to seal it so I can put it underwater and look for air bubbles coming out for leaks. I do have a fancy air tank tester thing I made, but then I got to spray soap on it and look for bubbles and everything. This one's small enough I can just put the whole thing underwater and look for bubbles if I need to touch up a weld or something. So that's what the goofy hoses on that are. Then the charge pipe here, you always mess up a weld right where everybody's going to see it. But otherwise it turned out pretty nice considering how thin this is, 0.03 something inches. It's super thin. So that's on there. I'll have to get a couple hose clamps, and then the crankcase breather is still on order, so that's not in yet, but that's easy to just pop it right on. Because the reason for that, I'm having trouble keeping track of all these episodes. The reason for removing this from the factory airbox is the turbo is pressurizing that airbox, which this crankcase breather is connected to. You can't pressurize the crankcase or you're going to blow seals out and the engine might not even run, all kinds of bad stuff. So normally how it works is the crankcase is open to the airbox because that piston moving up and down is displacing air in both directions. So there's air moving in and out of the crankcase and air moving in and out of the top of the cylinder head. So air moves in and out of the crankcase through here. This is hooked up to a filtered air source. Also, because it's hooked up to the airbox, any oil vapor or anything like that that is evaporated or steams out of the crankcase goes into the airbox, and then it's burned to remove bad stuff from the air, so your engine gets dirty instead of the atmosphere getting dirty. So again, that'll just be a little filter, like a miniature version of this almost, just dink right on that spout. So that's where we're at. That's what's going on. Time to mount up the oil tank and the pump.